Hey everyone, and welcome back to another one of my dead channels. Today we will be reviving this one for a series more akin to some old videos I had on my more popular channel where I post comedy skits, which is mainly reviews on video games that I wanted to talk about. And you guys are listening to the shit that I want to talk about. And so what ends up happening here is a bit of funny, a bit of goofy, a bit of info that makes up about 25% of the video, and stuff. Hope you enjoy this. And now, the reason why you're all here, I'm here to talk about some shit on WiiWare, because no one else in the New York tri-state area would.
So here we go, kicking things off with Burger Time World Tour. This game is a bit nostalgic for me as I played it at my neighbor's house on the PS3. Or the demo, that is. But only after scrounging around on the interwebs did I find that this game got a whole ass WiiWare release. For only 500 Wii points, you can get a game that, from Metacritic, gets 10 points to the dollar. The Wii and Xbox 360 ports of this game were delisted on April 30th, 2014 because of expired licensing contracts with current IP owners Monkey Paw and Gmode. If you want to know why the PS3 version is still up for sale, then ask your nearest priest. Burger Time World Tour is a retro revival sort of in the vein of Punch-Out on Wii, but now with 62% less class. And no, the Wii balance board is not supported. I can control Bird's Eye Bullseye with my feet, but not Burger Time? Burger Time World Tour is a 2.5D spin on the arcade classic of the same name, with no internationalism. Basically, step on the hamburger ingredients, avoid the breakfast side dishes, and make hamburgers laced with a 50 on Metacritic. Controls are alright for a game of this caliber, I guess, but nothing too innovative to keep old fans intrigued and inviting in newcomers. Speaking of retro revivals...
I wanted to know what Hell on Earth was? Well, Frogger Returns does a half-assed job delivering it and only gives us Purgatory. What the hell?
Frogger Returns, released on November 9th, 2009 in North America, gave us Frogger in a whole new dimension. The Shake Dimension!
What, you mean to say that you've never experienced the wonders of the Shake Dimension? Well, let me clue you in. Oh, my writer tells me that's not the dimension we're talking about. You put 3. What the hell does that mean?
Frogger Returns is a game.
The sentence ended, nothing more to say. Move on.
Oh yeah, and he took steroids or something because he's big as a semi. Holy shit, that amphibian's huge. I hope he never returns.
Do I have to talk about this now? Fine.
Frogger Returns is a game that controls like a game, it looks like a game, and sounds like a middle school band ensemble. Also, there's conveyor belts on the side of the road. Great city architect you hired there, Yonkers. Deer Captor! Is a game based on the real-world profession deer capturing. With an average income of negative 16 Australian pounds, this game should be a hoot and a half.
I didn't capture it, I just shot the damn mammal.
Deer Captor! Is a hunting game for WiiWare. A hunting game for the masses. A hunting game for people whose favorite part of Frogger Returns was death. Deer Captor! Is a game that can be enjoyed by 4 people at once. Deer Captor! Is a game that appeals to 40-year-olds that still believe the moon landing was faked and consume natural light as their primary source of liquid.
Don't forget the pre-cooked top steak. Zoo Disc Golf. It's a game.
Zoo Disc Golf was a game released on June 7, 2010 on WiiWare. Because what the fuck have we been talking about? Zoo Disc Golf was developed by Sunless Inc. and is a sports game based on the iconic sport Zoo and the great rosters of animals you can find at Disc Golf. Oh fuck, the dementia's setting in. Zoo Disc Golf is a game that would prefer the use of 4 players. Well, fuck it.
Zoo Disc Golf's main premise is getting the zoo disc into the golf hole. Fun for the whole family!
For only 1,000 Wii points would buy you a plentiful excursion through such courses as Kangaroo Outback and Gorilla Hill.
It controls like ass, and maneuvering an electric shopping cart around a Chili's would be easier than playing Zoo Disc Golf. What's everyone's favorite disaster?
The Hindenburg?
No, dumbass. Pearl Harbor!
Pearl Harbor Episode 1 Red Star Rising is a game for 700 Wii points about the events on December 7th, 1941, detailing the entire backstory of this one guy in a 20-second comic panel. He's sitting there having a mental breakdown and, whoops, Pearl Harbor's going down. This guy needs to get in a fighter jet because we only got a few pilots off the ground. The graphics are surprisingly good for a downloadable title of this era, though. The game was actually commended by critics and fans alike. Wikipedia states while this game was meant to be broken up into a trilogy for multiple reasons, mainly being storage limitations and development time, these sequels to this original entry never saw the light of day, and must have been canned quite early since there's not even any mention of a working title for these games. Girlfriends Forever Magic Skate.
For the bitches too scared to play Pearl Harbor Trilogy.
For 100 more Wii points and an immigration to Europe, you can get yourself what Nintendo Life calls, and I quote, a stinker. Girlfriends Forever Magic Skate is a European-only WiiWare game that happens to have an ESRB.org rating. No interactivity, my ass! This game is what most would call a shitty Just Dance clone that just so happens to be European exclusive, and also bad. Get f***ed, Master System. Oh, sorry. Girlfriends Forever Magic Skate allows for the choice between Boo from Monsters Inc., Nicole, Jasmine, and the first grade female bully from public school. Wow, what a diverse character set!
The game focuses on one of the 4 kids that you choose to select. They all look like they were birthed to be on Dance Moms and nothing else.
The second you start, it's off to moving and grooving with the Wiimote and Nunchuck. The first game we've covered that requires the use of the Nunchuck. I hope it's proud. And no, before you ask, it is not compatible with the DK bongos. If you think that's terrifying, Deer Captor supports the Wii Zapper! Your quest is to become the skating queen and to outskate the other mistakes. You do this by pressing buttons on both the Wiimote and Nunchuck and even shaking both controllers. Utilizing the Nunchuck's motion capabilities is a crime in the 3rd degree, but this somewhat works? Thankfully it does, because if it didn't, how can we review Girlfriends Forever Magic Skate?
On to Let's Catch, a game made by Yuji Naka and his one-man studio, Probe. What do they forget the L?
Yuji Naka was the one that created everyone's favorite furry, Sonic. Anyways, what family-friendly rated E for everyone fun lies inside? Divorce. Yes, this game is about throwing the ball to your playmate who talks about his parents fighting and how you should come out to watch him in his Little League games.
His dad hasn't been home in a month. Why did this game need to exist? It's got the nice art style and everything, but this kid comes up to me and starts spewing sadness out of his mouth hole. Shut up! There's a thing called therapy, or better yet, keeping your feelings to yourself, Billy. I just moved in and now I'm getting your sob story? What the f***, man? I don't care about mommy and daddy. F*** you and your goddamn gazebo.